Moving on, another infra row that has erupted in Karnataka after Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, chairperson of Biocon, criticized the state of affairs in Bengaluru. Shaw posted on X that an overseas business visitor to Biocon Park was shocked by the poor condition of Bengaluru's roads and garbage, questioning whether the government truly supports investment. The response she got from the government was very much the same as many responses recently, shooting the messenger. Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar said Bengaluru has given opportunities, identity and success to millions. It deserves collective effort, not constant criticism. Well, Mazumdar-Shaw has obviously said that she is not targeting any one government, it's calling for action. But ministers must be held accountable for shoddy and slow work. And she emphasized that her plea has been consistent across various governments in the state. Now here is more of what happened. Shaw had remarked in her original post that she had just come from China and can't understand why India cannot get its act together, especially when the winds are favourable. To which DK said 1100 crore rupees has been sanctioned for road repairs, 10,000 plus potholes have been identified, over 5,000 have already been fixed. Instead of tearing Bengaluru down, he said, let's build it up together. But this isn't just about criticism and Bengaluru's image, it's about real business. Something the Garden City may be losing out on, especially recently. Remember, Vizag has struck a deal with Google for its AI center, and that has reignited the Andhra versus Karnataka battle. Nara Lokesh was asked about Bengaluru losing out, and he quipped, if they're inefficient, what can I do? Their own industrialists say that infrastructure is bad, there are power cuts. They should first fix those problems. But IT Minister of Karnataka, Priyanka Kharge said questions over Andhra's 22,000 crore rupees subsidies arise, discounted land and water tariffs, free power transmission and full GST reimbursement to Google. He says there are concerns about the sustainability of such massive concessions for one project. But here's the deal. The IT Minister of the state is not really associated with cracking deals for Bengaluru. What has Kharge Jr. been busy? He's been busy slamming RSS. He's been giving several media bites on why RSS activities should be banned in the state and has been the face leading that campaign from within the government. In fact, if you go through his social media profile on X, out of his last 10 tweets, 8 are on the issue of RSS and only 2 concerning Bengaluru infra. So why is the government angry with citizens or even industrialists highlighting the issue on ground? And is it losing its brand? Is the IT capital losing its brand? That debate is coming up.
Constructive criticism is always welcome, but bringing in negativity always definitely does not help anyone.
If they are inefficient, what can I do?
I don't want, let them do whatever they want, let them market, let them do whatever, let central government also help. But there is no match to Bangalore in this entire country.
I want to first go across to Harish Bijur, brand guru and founder, Harish Bijur Inc. joining us. Harish Bijur, how do you view this back and forth that is taking place between the government and industry voices? It's not the first time this has happened, what has now transpired between Ms. Shaw and D.K. Shivakumar. Do you think the government's response has been appropriate to these issues being raised?
I think we live in a democracy, and it's only right that, people raise voices and people ask questions and people get replies. And I think that's exactly what's happening. I think we have a very responsible government with Mr. Siddaramaiah as Chief Minister and D.K. Shivakumar as Deputy Chief Minister. And we have an equally responsible set of industrialists, whether it be Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, whether it be T.V. Mohandas Pai, the very outspoken person in his own right. I think they are asking the right questions. And I think all of us ask questions when a city goes through a bit of a turmoil. So I think, these questions must be taken as questions that come from the heart from people who own the city. The problem with Bengaluru is, ownership is missing. Those who own the city will ask questions. Those who rent the city will say, Nodi Swami, now irode hige, which is a Kannadism, a Kannada linguism, which really says that, see sir, we are like this only.
In all of this, the question that arises is about Bengaluru's image. One, the perception, whether it's right or wrong is a separate matter, but that Bengaluru's image seems to be taking a beating, which a lot of industrialists and leaders seem to be talking about. And business deals are seemingly moving away from the city. Is that not a real concern?
Okay, I'm not concerned about either of these two things. I'll tell you why. Because I'm concerned about the reality and not the image. Image is a subset of the reality. So if the reality is tough things on the ground, then the image will also be a subset of that. So I'm not too bothered about the image. But when it comes to industries not wanting to come here, etc., I don't think that's happened too much as yet, but expect it to happen. But to an extent, I think Bengaluru is saturated. And I think, a saturated city cannot take more. And I do believe Bengaluru has gotten a lot of business, is doing exceedingly well. And I think we should manage the businesses that we already have rather than hanker after businesses which we don't have.
Okay. In fact, in Bengaluru, even the question has been raised whether the businesses that are already there have sufficient infrastructure. Some of them have been seen leaving certain parts of the state and the city. I do thank you, Harish Bijur, for joining us. Let's open this up to our other guests joining us from political parties as well. Prashant GS, spokesperson of Karnataka BJP, and Raghu Doderi, spokesperson of Karnataka Congress, joining us. Raghu, I begin with you. We have seen repeatedly the Congress government kind of shoot the messenger when they raise issues or make excuses for why they can't do something. DK Shivakumar says even gods cannot help this problem, and the mafia is not allowing him to solve the garbage issue. It's either an excuse or it's shooting the messenger. There's barely any accountability.
No, absolutely wrong. So the matter of fact is, whatever the issue today the entire citizens of Bangalore are facing is due to the 40% commission of the BJP, and during the earlier regime of the BJP government, which they had built a quality roads and quality infrastructure in Bangalore, today we would not have faced this problem at all. So what they say, Deputy Chief Minister and in charge of Bangalore, Mr. DK Shivakumar has already ensured that the infrastructure works are already started, and Bangalore is the one city in the entire world that the 1.5 lakh crore infrastructure project has been going on. So if you talk about the infrastructure and if you talk about the potholes, so if you talk about, I think recently you have seen that Haryana, Punjab, Mumbai and the eastern part of the country, entire cities were flooded and it was submerged. Okay, so this unexpected rain is creating a havoc and it's damaging the infrastructure. So what Mr. DK Shivakumar has already ensured that 15,000 potholes were fixed. First time in the entire country and entire world, I would say, where citizens can identify the potholes and complain to the police that these are all the potholes, and the infrastructure is already going on. And my humble submission to the people of Karnataka that since the rain is going on, we cannot put a tar or black spotting.
This isn't so much about rain or rainy season. It's not like when it doesn't rain a lot, then the situation in Bengaluru is perfectly fine. But let me bring in Prashant GS on this. That the unusual amount of rain has precipitated this situation.
Right.
Yuvani, let's probably take a couple of seconds off to laugh it off as to what Congress is trying to defend. Because DK Shivakumar first blames the gods, then he says nobody can help, and he blames everybody else but the government, which is inefficient to the core. Because whatever reasons have been ascribed to the Congress only show its inefficiency. And because people gave a mandate of 135 seats to Congress to give them good governance, which they have failed to do. There is 100% corruption in Congress government. And you look at the attitude of the government and the ministers who openly almost threaten the industrialists who has brought so much repute to Bangalore, who's put Bangalore on the global map. They openly issue threats saying you can't be doing this, you can't tweet if there's a problem going on. Of course they would. Because in the past, I will tell you, when Mohandas Paiji had raised concerns with Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa when he was a CM. He was invited for a cup of coffee, patiently heard, and we took suggestions as to what can be done to improve the infrastructure of Bangalore, but we never shoot them away, or we did not shoot the messengers. Rahul Gandhi talks about Mohabbat ki dukan, but what they are giving the people is dhamki ki dukan, because they are openly threatening people who would point out the mistakes. Because
Okay.
if this is not a hit of brand Bengaluru, what is it? If Google has to move out, see, I agree that ultimately Bharat wins. Whether it is Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, or Maharashtra, wherever Google is investing, India wins, Bharat wins. But as a proud Kannadiga, we are losing out to other states. Why?
Let
Because
Mr.
of the
Raghu
apathy of the
respond to
Congress
this.
government.
This is becoming more than just a matter of what Bengaluru citizens are saying. This is also about real business now, Mr. Raghu.
No, I think my BJP friend has been talking about that, government is pushing away the industrialists, but it's a mutual benefit between the government, government, industrialists and the citizens. So because of the government has taken away the farmers' land and developed the industrial areas, these industries have come down, and both of it's a mutually benefit. So as a government, we have benefited by generating the 50 lakh employment in the last 25 years, for not only for the Karnatakas, but the entire country. The Karnataka and Bangalore has generated more than 50 lakh. So none of the city in the entire world has not generated that much. So today we are talking about that. This is not an arrogance. So this is, see, like even, in 2 months, infrastructure cannot be developed. So even Mohandas
2 months? Who's
Mohandas
asking you to
30
do it in
months?
2 months? I'm sorry, who's
What
asking
we're
you to
doing
do
for
it
30
in 2
months?
We have already promised.
Fighting
We have
over
already
the CM's
promised
chair
that the
is
infrastructure
what
will be solved
Shivakumar
by
and
November.
Siddaramaiah are indulging
Wait,
in.
please. My dear friend, please
Siddaramaiah
wait.
and Shivakumar are indulging
my dear
in
friend, please
kursi
wait.
politics.
My
Okay.
dear
They are
friend,
fighting
please
for the
wait.
chair.
My dear friend,
Governance
please
has
wait.
taken a hit. There is 0%
Okay. So
accountability
when
in the
talking
government.
about when
And
you
this
are
is what we
talking
are
about
getting.
Mr. Raghu,
giving
What
one
citizens are
second.
getting.
Prashantji, one second. Mr. Raghu, I asked you about, let's say Bengaluru did great. Recently, Priyank Khadge said that, traffic is a good problem to have because that shows that the city is growing. Fine, even if I
Yes,
buy that,
absolutely.
even if I buy
Absolutely.
that, the reality today is that the city seems to be missing out on deals that it would ideally like to vie for. And that's because of
No,
infrastructure
absolutely no.
or government
Absolutely no.
apathy.
Government has already taken initiative. So that's what I said. The Karnataka and Bangalore is the only city which is developing more than 1.5 lakh crore worth projects going on in Bangalore, which is not anywhere in the world. Okay, so what the industries are raising, it's a real issues. That is because of the previous government's failure, which we are trying to
I
sort out. The
think you
problem
have to
what
grow up.
One second. Okay,
You
one
are
second.
staying up like
One
Rahul
second.
Gandhi.
Previous,
Grow up.
this
one
mess
second.
of the BJP is very big, and we are trying
Grow
to
up.
sort out. It
Calm
requires
Mess
some
of the
more time.
BJP.
The
Please let me
DCM
remind
has
you.
already
Let
promised
me
by
remind you.
November
Before
we'll
the
sort out
BJP government, there was also a Congress government. But anyways, Prashant JS, please respond to this. The mess that you left is a big hole to fill.
See, if 30 months is not enough to fill potholes, then Congress can never fill potholes in
Give
their
funds.
lifetime.
Give
Because
the
they have
funds.
taken 30 months, and ever since Shivakumar took charge, he said, give me 100 days, I'll fill all the potholes. It's 30 months. They're doing politics over dinner. They want different camps. They're finding out who will be the CM, excepting fighting for the chair. They have done nothing for the people of Karnataka and governance. And you look at where Bangalore is sliding down in terms of various indexes which the global cities look at. The traffic now is at an all-time low. The traffic snarls probably we are
Bangalore
the
is
worst in the
safest
world.
city in the
And how
world.
is it? Has this
Bangalore
happened
is
only
the
because of
safest city
BJP?
in the India.
Congress
And
has to be
Bangalore
shown
is
a
the
mirror,
employment generator of the
saying
country.
that
Okay.
in the
Can I
last
just come
30
in?
months,
The
what have you
IT
done?
Can I just
is
come in? I have a
indicating that
final, one second,
governance
sir.
has taken a
Please,
backseat.
both of you, I have a final minute. I'll give you both an opportunity. You look at how Bengaluru government or Karnataka government is responding to criticism on infrastructure, what it has managed or not managed to do. But you look at the priorities of the state. The priority of the state is to conduct a caste survey. The priority of the IT minister is to get a ban on RSS. I mean, what's going on? Don't you have bigger problems to solve?
No, we are doing the survey because of giving the good infrastructure to understand what is the real requirement of citizens.
Oh,
So say, for
how
example,
can
in
you now
Madhepura,
say
where
One by one,
Survey
please,
and
Prashant, not
infrastructure.
like this, not over him, please. Yes.
so BJP has been ruling the IT corridor where BJP has been ruling for last 18 years has not given a good infrastructure. So we are doing a survey to understand how many cars are there, how many people are residing in that area. So after the survey is done, immediately we'll take up all the development activities and we'll ensure
After the
that
survey.
people
Okay, thank you for
people of
accepting
Bangalore
this. That
will give
after the
good
survey, the
infrastructure.
developmental activities will happen. Prashant, 30 seconds.
Now, Shivani, if you look at, if you observe carefully, they want to find out the castes of people before laying roads. which means there now will be infrastructure will be dependent on the caste and probably to please the vote banks. We don't know. This is what they're saying. They will identify the caste and then say, we will give you infrastructure products and give you pothole-free roads if at all possible, depending on the caste of the people. This is probably as ridiculous as Rahul Gandhi constitution claims. So therefore, I think they have to own up to this mess and they cannot blame anybody else but themselves.
Okay.
Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar have to be blamed to the fullest possible extent and not the rain gods or
One
BJP.
second, Raghu Doduri, last 10 seconds, please.
Last 10 seconds. See, Karnataka is developing two good infrastructure. One is a Queen City and other one is a ITR city. So which is going to be the world's best infrastructure built, best new city we are building. So I think that would suffice.
Okay.
And whatever
New cities are welcome, absolutely, because Bengaluru is packed. But that doesn't mean that Bengaluru should be allowed to crumble. I think that's the question that citizens are asking. But I thank both of our guests for joining us today. Time for a very short break. News and updates continue in just a minute.